that for Today I wanted to share my pregnancy essentials. This is in response to Raven Nestman's video on the same topic, which came out a couple weeks ago. And before I get into that, I wanted to share this really cute shirt that a friend sent to me. It says, "I leveled up to mommy," and it has player 1, player 2, and then new player incoming, and with the PS4 controllers. Yeah, I just think it's such a cute shirt. I wanted to share that. So let's get in. I'll share my pregnancy essentials. So starting with clothing, shirts in a size up, and baggier shirts and maternity shirts have been a must-have for me. For pajamas, I've been using either my husband's shirts or some oversized ones that I have, like this one, which I actually got for Christmas, and it's like a nightgown / shirt. I did dart it because it was hanging down too low, and we spent Christmas with family, so I didn't want it to have a lot of cleavage. But yeah, so that's a big baggy shirt for sleeping in or lounging around the house in, because there's nowhere to go. And then here's a maternity shirt. This is actually a hand-me-down from my older sister. She has 2 kids. This is going to be my first, and I really like this one on cooler days where the sleeves help. Now that it's summer, it's getting a little hotter, I'll only wear this one on rainy days. She sent me actually a lot of maternity clothes, which I'm so thankful for, because I mean, she's not pregnant right now, but I am, so we're able to swap them back and forth to who needs them when we need them, which we talked about doing. And yeah, this one I really like. It's really comfy. The next thing is pants, and I think I was 13 weeks along when my pants started getting tight and not fitting, and then at 14 or 15 weeks I absolutely had to go buy maternity pants. So yeah, just maternity pants. I find, so in the back, a lot of maternity pants come down and kind of crisscross, and I kept finding they were slipping down, so on most of mine I've put a safety pin. There is 2 pairs that I have where I've taken that safety pin off as I've grown more. This pair was a little larger. Buying maternity clothes right now is really hard because nowhere's dressing rooms are open, and so with a changing body, it's really hard to know like what's going to fit and what isn't, especially when all the sizes say the same thing, but then they're all different sizes. So yeah, just safety pinned that. And I also got, I live in Idaho, so we're not as locked down as some other states. And I was able, once the thrift store opened back up, to go to the thrift store and get some maternity pants there. And they were a little too long, but I was able to just hem them up really quick with my sewing machine. I ironed them to the length I needed first, then cut, then sewed, and it was just really quick. So those fit me really nicely. I would show them to you, but they're in the dirty laundry basket because I've been wearing them for like 3 days. And I'm also wearing a pair of maternity pants right now, and I really like them. So maternity pants have the elastic that goes over the tummy, and this pair does not crisscross down in the back. It just goes straight across. It does go a little lower, but it's really nice. The other thing I've been using are just regular leggings, and these are leggings I already have. I have the Christmas pair as well, but I mean, Halloween's my favorite, so I thought I'd grab the Halloween ones to show you. Yeah, so that's what I've been wearing, and as I get larger, it's become more and more important for me to have those. And I actually went through my old pants that I couldn't even put on, and I put them in a bin and put them in the closet so I don't have to sift through them or think that I have things to wear and then wake up the next day and realize I don't. So, yeah. The next thing I want to share is, actually, before I do that, dresses. So I have found that empire waist dresses are really nice, and especially long ones. So I have a skirt that's really long, and I was able to move it from where I wore it around my waist to now I wear it just under my bust, empire style. And okay, so I was saying before my camera died and I had to move some stuff over to the hard drive. So this is an empire waist dress, and I really like it. I wore it before I was pregnant, but now that I am pregnant, it still fits, which it's nice to be able to wear things I already had. And I just tie it a little higher than I did before. And I like it because it's nice and long. It covers my legs. Because let's face it, when you're pregnant, it's a little harder to shave your legs. Yeah. So I've been wearing that. The other thing, as far as clothing wise goes, let me bring my chair back. There we go. Is squishy inserts for the shoes. I know these have a different name, but I call them squishy inserts. And I bought a pack of 3 of these, and I've just been moving them around to whichever shoes I'm wearing. I'm usually wearing some Velcro Spider-Man shoes because they're really comfy, and I have tiny feet, so I fit those. Yeah, I am very short. In Raven's video, she talked about how it's harder to find things for tall and curvy. I think it's also hard to find things for short and petite. We're both on the opposite ends of that spectrum. There we go. We're on opposite ends of that spectrum. And so, like I said, I've been having to hem things. I've been having to make things work. I add safety pins. But that's just like how I need to wear clothes on a normal basis, is changing them so that they fit me. So I'm pretty used to doing that. I've been kind of changing, darting, hemming my clothes since I was a teenager. And yeah. Alright, next thing, we talked about clothing. Let's talk about things I consume. So I really enjoyed my first trimester. I mean, I love these anyways. These are my favorite teas. Peppermint and cinnamon apple spice celestial seasonings tea are really good. But my go-to, I actually don't have any left because what I didn't use I gave to another friend who was about a month behind me in her pregnancy. And she was getting really nauseous, and my nausea had worn off. But the same brand, Celestial Seasonings Lemon Ginger Tea, I think it was like called Jazz and Lemon Ginger or something. Anyways, that was immensely helpful for nausea during that first trimester. There are days where I still feel a little nauseous every now and then, but they're so rare and in between that I just chew a stick of gum and feel fine, or just sit on the couch, use one of these teas like the peppermint tea, feel fine. So yeah, Celestial Seasonings herbal teas, love them. The next thing, consumable wise, is prenatals, and I started with these, which is just the Walgreens brand of Prenatal Multivitamin, and I didn't like the taste at first, so I ended up trying these. This is what Raven uses in her videos, and those were good for a bit, and then suddenly they started making me nauseous, and I ended up throwing up, and I knew it was these. You know what you're throwing up. So I went back to just using these, and I don't mind the taste anymore. It's still not like the greatest, but I'm getting faster at swallowing it, so yeah. They're not pretty. They're just a brown hard pill that you swallow. They are large, but I don't mind. Next thing, of course, is some low-dose adult aspirin, or the colloquial name for it is baby aspirin. And so I have one of those each day as recommended by my doctor. Only do that if your doctor says, I think, to do that. Yeah. And then on days where I'm just in pain, and it's pregnancy, you're in pain a lot, but I mean, like, if I've got a headache, or if, those days that it's different pain, I'll just use Tylenol because that is the safest of the acetaminophen to use for me. I do not take ibuprofen because I have gastroesophageal reflux disease, so it'll tear my stomach apart, basically. I'm very careful about which pain relievers I do and don't use, and I use them very, very rarely because I do not want to end up in the ER with stomach ulcers. I've done that. Not fun. Alright, let's talk about things that affect, like, the environment. So, in my pregnancy, I was initially getting lots of bloody noses, and when I woke up, I'd have a bloody nose, and it would just not be great, and I would feel like my throat was really, really dry. So I got a humidifier, and it's dripping on me. I got a humidifier. So this is the Vicks brand humidifier, and this is the Cool Mist one. I got Cool Mist because I don't have an AC and it's summer. And it comes with these Vapo pad things, which you just open up. You put them in the side there. Wow, that's really strong when I open that up. And then there's no water. Well, there's a little bit of water left in it from last night, but it ran out. Yeah, so you fill this up with water, or you take this part off, and then you open up that, and you fill it up with water, and then you put it back on the base. There we go. And that little black stopper thing will kind of pop up with the water so that it can go down and then come out through the top, and you can twist the top like that. It's really hard to show you because when I try to tilt it, the part in the bottom spills. Okay, so I'm going to put that down, and I've really liked that. It's helped a lot. I have not had the same problems I was having before, which is really nice. And then the other thing is just a simple fan. Again, I don't have AC, and pregnancy hormones make you overheat. So, I mean, I have 2 fans running in the apartment at like all times, but when I need something just like on me, I'll just use my regular fan. It's a little bit broken, it's old. I can glue that back together later. So that is extremely helpful. Along with humidifiers and fans, it's important to stay cool when you're pregnant and also to stay hydrated. So I have found that just having my water bottle or this cup with the straw in it and the lid, and having those just near me and having water or a large mug of water or something, it has been very helpful. And I like things with lids because then I don't feel like I need to drink it all in one sitting, and I can just sip on it while I'm doing whatever I'm doing. So yeah, water bottle, cup. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. This water bottle isn't that fancy. It is actually given to me by the clinic I go to, and it's literally just like a little squeeze bottle. And that's it. No straw or anything. Just that. Easy to clean, easy to take care of. Yeah. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is actually an app, and I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this, and it is the Flow app. And I like it because it will keep track. It always tells me to buy premium. There we go. I'm not going to buy premium, but it keeps track of where I am in the pregnancy, which is really fun. And then I can go to Insights, and it'll tell me things about my gestational period with the baby and where that's at and what I should be expecting. And there's also forums on the app where you can talk to other pregnant women and like look through what questions have been asked and how those have been answered. I really like that. And then another one, which I don't need yet because I'm only in my second try, but I saw it mentioned on Pinterest, so I looked into it, is an app for when I reach the end of my third try and when I'm ready to have the baby. It's an app that tracks contractions, so it's this one, and I haven't used it yet because I'm not having contractions yet, thank goodness. Yeah, but that's just something I decided to download and have it ready so that when I reach the third try and I'm teaching, because I'm going to have my baby in the fall and school starts in the fall, I'm just trying to prepare everything so that I don't have to worry about preparing anything while I'm trying to teach. Yeah, so I downloaded that. And then another electronic thing, let me grab it. This was another gift from my sister, which, I mean, I'll give it back to her when she has her next child. We'll just take turns with it. But it is the Sonoline Doppler thing. What is it? Yeah, fetal Doppler. And basically this comes off right there, on hooks, I mean. And then I just use the regular ultrasound gel. I'll show you just a little bit because I don't want to waste it. So it's the regular ultrasound gel, and you put that on this part, and then I can turn it on and I can actually listen to my baby's heartbeat, which is awesome to be able to do at home. Sometimes I'll just listen to it even though I know he's fine because he's kicking a lot. I'll just listen because it's really comforting to be able to do that, and it's amazing that this kind of thing can be done at home. You can plug headphones into this, but yeah, it just turns on. There we go. And then it'll record the heartbeat like that. And yeah, you can change the volume on it too. So that is that. And I wouldn't say I don't think that one's essential, but it's comforting. Yeah, so that's a nice thing to have. Okay, this last category is all about comfort. And so the first thing I'll show you is my maternity pillow. And I have one of the really big ones. Yeah, and basically you put it on the bed and it'll help you stay on your side. I was a stomach sleeper before my pregnancy, which I can't do anymore, and it's really tough. And then I want to sleep on my back. You're not supposed to do that either. So this pillow helps me to stay in the position I'm supposed to be in, and I like it because where it's got the back part, it'll help me from turning onto my back as much. But I'll just kind of hug it. I'll also throw my leg up around it, which helps with hips and just like you know, because when you're pregnant and you're trying to sleep and everything's uncomfortable, it helps to have something between your legs, helps to be able to hold on to something. It does take up a large portion of the bed. I've asked my husband several times if it annoys him. He always says it doesn't. So I trust him. I trust that he would tell me if it was a problem. But yeah, I really like the big one. It's helped a lot. And then there's lots of other ways you can use it. Because you can crisscross the bottom, and this is not, I mean, imagine the bed is right here and I'm not going through it. You can crisscross the bottom and turn this part into like a little nest to sit in. Yeah, so I've found this immensely helpful. The next thing is also a type of pillow. And it's usually not used until after the baby comes, but this was given to me by my sister-in-law Brittany, who also has 2 kids already. And it's for nursing, but I've also found that it is a great way. I'll put it on the ground and I can lay on my tummy because my tummy's in the hole, so none of the weight is actually on there. It's on my hips and my chest, and that's just one of those few ways that I can be comfortable for a bit. And yeah, and I'll usually put a pillow under my head when I do that, so I'll be like that and just lay down. It's not as comfortable in the bed, ironically, and I think that's because it's getting pushed down into the mattress. So yeah, I'll usually only use that every once in a while during the day. If I'm like drawing or working on something, I want to be on the floor, I want to be on my stomach, I'll grab this, and then I can be in that comfortable position with my tummy in the hole. The next thing, you've already seen in this video, but it is my rocking chair. And this has been my saving grace. This rocking chair was actually my grandma's. Let me show it to you. So this, I'll get down. This was my grandma's rocking chair, and it was brown. I painted it black, and it had some really old webbing in the bottom, so I took that out and I've put in some new webbing. It's a synthetic material instead of like a burlap material, so it's not going to shed everywhere like the other one did. And I mean, it's worked so far. And then I sewed a couple of cushions. So I took these, and they're just rectangles of fabric and a square of fabric with cushions inside. And there's actually 2 cushions inside of this one, and I should say there's 2 1-inch cushions and then 1 2-inch cushion. I already had this one, so I only had to get the cushions for that. And the fabric I got at Hobby Lobby, and it is Winnie the Pooh because that's my nursery theme. And then I also just sewed some straps there, and so I just pushed that up there and this here. And then I also made a little throw pillow, and this is my lumbar support. I put that there, and when I sit on this, it is the most comfortable place for me to sit. And I think a lot of that is because this rocking chair is really short, and I'm very short. And so it's nice on my knees, my feet touch the ground, it's nice on my back, the cushions are soft, the arms are at the right height. My grandma, whose chair this was the same height as me. Actually, that dress form behind me was hers as well, and I use it because it's my size, minus the Prego belly right now. I asked my mom, I reached out, I asked her if Grandma had this custom made. And my mom said, I don't know, I wasn't born yet. So yeah, this rocking chair is older than my mother, but it's perfect for me. It's exactly what I needed. Before that, I was really struggling to stay comfortable during the day, but I will spend most of the day in this rocking chair now, reading, writing, sewing, doing YouTube, whatever I'm doing. And yeah, so this has been very, very helpful for me. Oh, I got this fabric at Hobby Lobby as well. Yeah, and then the pillow inside of it I got at Walmart. And in the sewing section you can just get pillow inserts. And I did make, I wish I had done this with the cushions because I'm worried if they get dirty if I'll be able to wash them or not, but I think I should be able to just throw them in because they're sewn well. And they have batting in them as well. Yeah, so the rocking chair has been really good. And then the other thing, the last thing I want to show you is my back massager. And actually, let me plug it in. This was not intended necessarily for the pregnancy, because when I got it, I wasn't pregnant yet. But my husband gave this to me as a Christmas present, and it just hooks on around the chair. It fits on this chair really well, because these are very stretchy. And it can massage, or you can add heat to the massage. It's really nice. It gets my shoulders. That's where I hold my stress. I can also lower it to get my lower back, which is where all the baby weight gets held by. And so that's been really helpful for me. Well, I just thought I would share that. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. I try to upload once a week. And don't forget to stay creative. Thanks for watching. Bye.